That's what I need. Give me one second. Because I can't be coughing through this whole thing.
How this looks.
What is that? I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
All right, everybody out there tuning in. We are back live with another video. This is your boy Sir Capricorn, my brother Mr. Woods. We are
What's
here.
up, y'all?
We are here. Going to give you guys do a little breakdown of what's been going on in the reality TV world and talk about some stuff that's been happening in the news. So I think I want to just touch on the news first because this thing has been going on for what, like 2-3 weeks now. My bae Portia. So I've been waiting because I really wanted to get your thoughts on it and just like hear how you feel about the situation.
Like I think with the whole like Portia situation, I think that I don't know what to believe and I don't know what is like true or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I do know she's securing her spot. And I don't know. It's hard because like, yeah, of course she's catching a lot of backlash and stuff like that from just this whole situation. However, and then, well, she's catching this backlash, but then they're celebrating it. Like, Shamia had a hand in like hooking them up and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So I don't know if it's propaganda because they need the ratings for next season or what. Because I really don't. I love Portia though.
So like how me and Mitch talked about this when the news first had broke a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
And like my stance on it is like, everybody was saying like she was fouled because Fallon was her friend. But as but if everybody watched Candy speak on it, when Fallon was on Candy speak on it, Fallon said out of her own mouth that she wasn't Portia's friend. She came on like she was introduced on the show as Portia's friend, but really she's Dennis's friend because Dennis and Simon work in the same industry. So one day, her and Simon were together, and so because Dennis and Simon were friends, Portia and Fallon ended up becoming cool because of that. So Dennis is not a full-time cast member. Producers like Fallon, so they needed someone to bring Fallon to the show. So since Dennis and Simon were friends, this is not a full-time cast member, Portia is. Portia was the one that had to introduce Fallon to the show.
So how does that work though? Because if Simon and Dennis are friends and his baby mom end up with his friend, how's that? And he cool with it.
So in my mind, I think Dennis and Shamia hooked Portia and Simon up. Because Simon also revealed in an Instagram live that Fallon actually cheated on him, and that's what actually caused the divorce.
So do you think that everybody knew that she cheated on her husband and that's why they hooked them up? Because remember, Latoya, she had, maybe she had threw some shade at her whenever she had posted about it. And so I'm just trying to understand, do you think they all knew?
I think Dennis and Shamia's husband both knew.
Okay.
I I don't really think Shamia. I don't think Shamia and Portia really knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably thought it was just a rumor that Latoya was spreading at the time. But now it's been months later, and Simon revealed it. So it's like, oh, they really are getting a divorce. Oh, Simon says she really did cheat on him, and that's what's causing the divorce. So I think with Portia, it was like Dennis cheated on Portia multiple times. Then we got Simon, who Fallon cheated on, and I think it was I think with them, both being still healing from situations where they were cheated on. I think that's probably the way that they actually connected mentally first. Like, saying like they both sat down, had in my mind, like they sat down, they like, talking and stuff like that, having a conversation, and they relate to each other in a way that, the people that they thought they were going to spend the rest of their lives with did them dirty. And so they came together to heal each other.
But I couldn't, the audacity in my
I
Marlo pose, because
it's the audacity for me. Governor gonna kill us, but we gotta talk.
well,
I love Marlo, but wrong is wrong. Like, cause I'm gonna say it. Marlo, Candy, and Kenya. I feel like neither one of them should have anything to say about the situation.
well, I don't think I don't think Candy said anything.
Yeah, but if
But
she did speak up, she has no room to talk because she had a whole baby by the married man.
you know that story, huh?
We know how Riley was conceived.
Um, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Atlanta has a lot going on. That's all I'll say.
And we
Atlanta
know Kenya dated the married man. We know Marlo has dated a couple of married men, and then Marlo can't say anything about, the whole about even with Fallon being the co-worker or the friend to the show, whatever. She can't say anything about that either because you dated John after Nene dated John.
Or Nene dated John after her. Remember? Kenya exposed that at the reunion.
I thought Kenya said that Marlo dated John after Nene.
She tried to. Kenya said that. Remember, she said she tried to blackmail Nene.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. So, I just think the whole, whatever they're doing, they pulling. I mean, they're pulling out all stops because.
Yeah, but either way, it goes to Portia's securing the bag.
I think that Portia is the new face of the RHOA. I think she's gonna be holding that peach just like this, and then it's gonna be Drew, Toya, Kenya back there,
maybe.
Oh,
because we didn't get to talk about the part 3 of that reunion, but it wasn't really nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
it really wasn't.
This is what I'll say. It was very boring because Candy fake, and Candy was wrong, just for the simple fact that she prides herself on staying out of everybody's business and not being messy, and then her claim was like, she thought that Marlo and Portia were cool, so that's why she was talking to Marlo about it. But I don't think Candy likes Portia. I don't think Candy is happy for.
I lost you.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. Okay. So I think that even the way she got on her speaker and explained, like, I understand her point of view when it comes to the whole rumor situation with Phaedra and Portia and things like that. But at some point, you got to let that hurt go. You got to let it go, and you can't always make that your excuse for your dirty work. Like, she talked about how every time that comes up, like, she's sitting there reading the comments on social media and they're comparing her to whoever. And it's like, well, that's your fault because you should be focusing on your bag like you usually do because we do pride Candy. I mean, we do lift Candy up because she is a great businesswoman. That lady knows how to get to her money, and
She
she's not going to struggle. And but at the same time, I don't think that you should be using that past stuff as an excuse to why you sit up here and told all of Portia's business after you said you weren't going to say nothing, and then you told Marlo, and then all of a sudden, what a coincidence, her and Kenya become cool again, and then now Kenya knows. Because I think that's why Portia is mad at Marlo because Portia knows that Marlo went over there and told all her business to Kenya.
mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like that reunion with that part 3 of the reunion was trash. I
I
feel,
was needed.
huh? It
I
was not needed.
3 parts was needed for this season. Just like they did New Jersey with 2 parts. We'll talk about that too. Just like they did 2 parts with New Jersey. I think
Yeah.
only
I saw one part. Did I miss another one?
no part.
Oh,
No, I'm saying New Jersey is only gonna be 2 parts. I think,
it should have just been one part.
and I think Atlanta just needs 2 parts. Honestly,
I think that they did it like that to where they pretty much. I think that Portia, Toya, and Drew. I think this is my opinion.
mm-hmm.
I think those 3 girls plus Shamia,
Mm-hmm.
they all coming together, and I think that Toya is gonna get her peach.
Mm-hmm.
Drew gonna get her peach.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that Shamia gets her peach so her husband can feel secure,
Well, the problem
or she comes back as a friend to the
he
show.
he doesn't want her to be a full-time housewife.
Well, look, all things they can offer her a good bag and he can take it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Cynthia, I don't know, like what.
That's the thing. Cynthia and Candy, honestly, like they were very forgettable in part 3. Like it was like they weren't even there.
So was Kenya.
That girl.
Oh, you said that girl.
But yeah, like Cynthia didn't really say anything in part 3. That I remember.
She didn't. Like I don't remember. I really don't remember. I just remember Portia prancing. You know what I'm saying?
That was it.
I feel like that was them saying like Portia can do whatever she want to do.
Exactly.
And she is doing whatever she is, and she has really. I feel like Portia has evolved, and I don't think.
At the end of the day, like and everybody always wants to say like, stop bringing up people's past and da da da. But I'm just like, wait, y'all mad at Portia for bringing up Marlo's having a felony, but everybody else on the cast can bring up what happened 4 years ago on the show.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what was funny to me? Usually, Andy is like want to hear from Marlo, wants Marlo to speak, and he likes her little shade or whatever. Like, did you notice how he shut her up? Like he was like, okay, like you know what I'm saying? And I was looking like, yeah, something ain't right. And I feel like because she's still cool with Nene, I think that's what it is. Because Andy mad at Nene.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally, I don't think Marlo's going to be back next season. That's just my opinion.
I really think she was trying to our reunion, and everybody was talking about how Portia was saying like she was scared of Marlo. She wasn't, in my mind. Portia was sarcastic throughout the entire reunion. I don't think she was dead serious that she was like really scared of Marlo. I think she was being sarcastic and just saying shit like she was saying the whole entire reunion. So like, get her out of here. I'm scared of her. Oh my gosh, like. That's how I feel. That's how I feel she was doing it. I don't really think she's scared of Marlo.
I think she used that as an opportunity because they try to say Portia is violent and this, that, and the third. So they was like, okay, we can't get her with this whole stripper scandal thing. Like, let's talk about that because how do you go back to a dungeon and they all like, well, it's because of Portia's lie.
And I really hate that they keep calling it a lie. I hate that. Because at the end of the day, she did not lie on that girl. She repeated a rumor, and then you know the difference between a rumor and a lie.
Mm-hmm.
A rumor is something that's perceived to be untrue until it's proven true, and a lie is just what it is. Just something that somebody just said.
I still think that they trying to downplay, who started it, and they're never gonna start it.
They're never going to reveal that it was Carlos or somebody else on his production team.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because
I don't want Carlos to say this and sue me. Yeah, allegedly. That it was allegedly Carlos in them.
So, what do you feel about the great return of Miss Phaedra Parks?
Oh, I'm excited, and I hope she does. Honestly, truly.
So, I think that out of everybody that was on that Watch What Happens Live special, everybody was excited to see Phaedra.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she even trying to give an opportunity, because I think she not like, one thing about it is Phaedra not afraid to sit in front of Candy.
Oh.
Like, girl, what do you want to do? Like, you can be mad.
She was very you know what? She had a chance to be so shady.
She did.
And she was very classy with it. She said, "You know what? It's been some time. We're both moms. I feel like we both sit down and have a civil conversation."
Especially if she can have a conversation with Kenya.
Exactly. And she could have been really shady about Kenya. And she was like, it's really tough to see, two people, a marriage fall apart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, she is like, even like the conversations I witnessed her and our friend have on the other place, I just be like, she's a lot different than what they try to make her out to be on, what they tried to make her out to be on that show. Like, she's like very humble and sweet. Like, I like her.
Yeah, I like. Well, you know how I feel. You know how I feel
Yeah.
about Phaedra. You already know. It's Nene. Well, her, Nene, Portia, Phaedra. They all in my top three, and then everybody else can fall wherever they want to fall. So I don't even care. And I do like Drew, but Drew, like, we already discussed her. I'm gonna just wait.
I think my thing with Drew, even like, the whole pastor situation, the prophet situation, I know everybody didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
What I liked, the reason why I appreciate her for bringing it up was because it got us away from the Bolo situation. I was tired, like, because we would have been talking about Bolo at the Christmas party. So I'm glad she, brought up the whole prophet thing. Now we can talk about something else. It may have been made up, or it may have been, she may have dragged it out or too long or whatever. But I would have I'm glad we got something else besides what happened in wherever they were.
Yeah.
Bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Whatever they bachelor. Like, we talked about the bachelorette party at the wedding. Like,
but I've been doing a lot of reading on like
Prophet Lot.
No, Twitter and and there's a lot of stuff that has come about with the differences between RHOA and all the other franchises.
Yes.
And it's kind of like they have an opportunity to finally start treating their team, their stars, all stars, like they're supposed to, and stop trying to like switch it out, because I can't believe, and I'm just being completely honest, I cannot believe that their ratings did the way that they did on RHOA and Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
And I'm really like, but mind you, I did boycott half of the season. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people did. Like, I didn't start watching until the end because I just didn't have nothing else to watch. But I'm a fan. I can't deny that. But you can just really tell the difference. But they have an opportunity to correct it. And I hope that they need to go ahead and go talk to the queen, the HBIC, and rectify that situation and do it right. Sorry, I had to cough. I was done.
Of both shows.
They need to get rid of Heavenly. I think they need to get rid of Neela. They need to bring back Quad. They can bring back Lisa Nicole Cloud. Then I'm talking about
I like, and you know what? I will say I like that Lisa, Nicole, and Quad are in a good space from what I've seen.
They need them checks. Okay.
I like that they're in a good space.
Yeah. I
Um,
just go ahead. I'm
well,
sorry.
my thing with Heavenly, I know you're gonna disagree, but we need like I would take Heavenly over Toya. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, come on. Do you want? Okay, let's just be honest though. Like, would you rather have drunken Toya during the pot at parties trying to include the men in the women's drama, or Heavenly who you know what I'm saying, like sober Heavenly who just gets mad, but the drama that's women's drama is women's drama unless a husband step out of line and dips into the problem.
I'm a fan of Toya, so
It's like I like Toya and Eugene and their relationship kind of thing. Like, you know, I like how open they are with their relationship.
mhm.
I like that. I like that part of Toya, but I don't like when Toya get drunk and then gets mad at everybody, and then wants to cuss out everybody. Then go over to the men. Then you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm gonna go over to the men. Hey, go get your wife and tell like, hey, we over here just chilling. Like, I'd be damned if I'm somewhere with my wife and her what somebody from her friend circle comes over and try to check me about my like nah like y'all having a women argument, y'all go have y'all's women's argument. Us men over here playing cards, we chilling. Like, don't don't kill my vibe because y'all over there having an issue. Go work it out.
I still like Toya though. So Capricorn. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
do
I'm
it.
saying like I like Toya, but I don't like some of the stuff that Toya does. Like I don't like what Toya went around the neighborhood and told the whole neighborhood that Anila was a broke bitch.
Did she, or was that allegedly? Because to be
Or
honest with you,
allegedly.
that whole little spat between them. To be honest with you, I don't. I She was right because Toya said that was my makeup artist. That's somebody that I work with. That's somebody that I build a rapport with. That's somebody I do business with on the regular.
Yeah.
And your ass don't need to be out here not paying your bill and thinking it's
Oh,
funny.
no, no, I agree with that. I know what I'm saying, like I agree with that portion of it, but I feel like that's a situation that you have with Anila. You don't tell your neighbor, because how did the neighbor know about it?
I think this is what I think. Okay,
Go ahead.
because I think that Anila did that because she needs some time. If you notice, they shifting away from Toya and they got Toya out here by herself. And well, and that's why I love Dr. Simone. Because Dr. Jackie be getting on my nerves. Like this sit in the corner and be silent and throw your little dick. Girl, I need you to speak up and wear them out like you was wearing out Mariah when they was on this show. So, and you need to get in Heavenly's ass. So when Dr. Simone came back in there and she said, quiet, you're not gonna talk to me angrily. You're not gonna come at me like that. That's number one. Number two, y'all need to own y'all shit. Like you mean to tell me you mad at this girl because she called your house an apartment? Well, go back and look at all the shit that all of them have said about Toya over the past 6 years. Think about it. Quad, Heavenly, Simone, Contessa, Dr. Jackie. They're the doctors, with the exception of Quad. And Toya is a wife. She's married to medicine, literally. So when they're out here doing their doctor stuff, she can go hang out with Cecil and all of them because she really is married to medicine. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at her, or they can't get mad at her because y'all don't like her. You understand what I'm saying? They've never liked Toya. Dr. Simone does now, and they have a great relationship. But they always just talk about how much money she spends, and all she does is sit at home, and she does this, that, and the third. It's tiring at this point.
But I think the thing was, I think from Quad's point of view though, it's like me and Toya were, you know what I'm saying, her and Toya were in a good place. They were in a place of where they were being, trying to, get their friendship back on track. And it's like Okay, you're supposed to be my friend. We're supposed to be working on, make sure our friendship stays and it stays in a good place. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you on a live dogging me out. And I think that's the same thing that happened with Heavenly. Like Heavenly Quad posted that picture, Heavenly posted those emojis, and it was like, dang, are you like shitting on me on Instagram? So yeah, you gonna shit on me? Okay, I'm gonna shit back on you.
Oh, Sir Capricorn, you be paying down to the emojis.
I just be in a place like because like it's just like certain stuff that I see,
Mm-hmm.
like I can relate to it in a way, like because I've seen like the stuff that's happened to me before. Like really, like I thought this was my friend, or I thought we were at least friendly to a point where we don't talk about each other. But then, oh dang,
And that's the problem I have over there, the
hmm
other places, because everybody is friendly, and you in real life, whenever you're trying to get to know people and stuff like that, like you just don't know what people's intentions are. And then like I just kind of feel like, you know, people change according to who they're around. And I feel like that's how it is in this situation. I really feel, I'm being honest with you. I feel like they trying to push Toya out. I am not lying to you.
the same way they did Mariah that year.
Yeah, I really do. But it was crazy to me how I saw Contessa run to Toya's aid. So they must be cool now too. So
I think Contessa and Toya, they have a situation where they were friends and they want to stay friends, but they just can't seem to find the right balance with each other. And one of them always, when they get to somewhere where they're about to be cool,
mhm.
one of them, like I'm putting on both of them, not just one person, but one of them does or says something that the other one doesn't like, and then it just crumbles again. Whether it be
I,
Contessa
I
talking about,
don't like Contessa.
whether Toya hit her in her boob, whether it's and we all, I mean, we know it was an accident.
Even with that situation, like again, they took that situation and made it into a messy situation. Just
Right.
like with this situation with Quad and Toya. Dr. Heavenly did that.
But
But Quad do the same? Didn't Dr. Heavenly do the same thing about Quad, and her and Quad got into it and they resolved it? And then now y'all want to be messy? That's what I'm saying. Like, baby, this pick and choosing, it don't work for me. It don't. You can't pick and choose. Everybody gotta be treated equally. I'm sorry. Dr. Heavenly fixing everybody's teeth, and she didn't become a YouTube sensation, and everybody love her. I'm sorry.
I I and
It's a
I'm
no for me, dog.
think that some of it is for. I do think some of the stuff she does is for the show
Hmm. You
and
think
for
so?
talk about the show. But I don't know. Um,
What's next?
so we're gonna go to. Let's go ahead and go to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
We're gonna go to California.
Okay.
So already, but already this season, my fave, my top three. Number one, off rip is Garcelle. Off rip, Garcelle's about to run this season. Number two, Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about the duo of Garcelle and Sutton together. Like it's just magic. That Ebony and Ivory magic. They both are gonna run this season. And number three is Dorit. Like it's just something about Dorit that I just love.
Yeah. Oh.
You're gonna count on like the thing I count on Dorit for is Dorit.
To recreate Black women's fashion, but go ahead.
Dorit brings balance. I think in a way, like she's. I mean, I don't think she's a flip flopper.
Hold on.
I think she just tries to keep the balance amongst the women.
Mhm.
That's what we need.
You think so?
I think we need somebody that can at least bring balance to where they can get everybody in this place to where at least for 5 minutes everybody can be cool. Because I mean, we like to like you know we like the drama, but we also like to see when they have fun. So I think with Dorit, she brings that for them to have the fun.
Well,
Kyle, um,
let me tell you something about that thing right there, baby.
I be you know what I'm saying like I be up and down with Kyle. I'm not.
I've been down with her since she lied on LVP with that other old stupid lady that's not on the show. Like, I am like, it's something about these Hiltons, and they close to them girls over there. Them Kardashian clique, and it's just something about Kyle. Like, it's almost like equivalent to how Cynthia did Nene. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like Kyle wants to be the face of the show because she's been there the longest, and she used that as an opportunity to get this lady off the show or whatever like that. But
Who's your friend for over a decade?
yeah, but the thing about it is Lisa Vanderpump is winning right now. She got 2 shows right now. And Kyle kills me because, excuse me, her storyline is whack. It's always whack.
I don't even know where her storyline is this season.
She broke her nose and got a whole nose job.
Oh yeah, that.
Or that's what she said. But we all know you ain't got a nose job.
Right. That's
because you want to be whatever. So I just kind of feel like again, this is another franchise that I watched from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they need to bring back LVP. I think they need to get rid of Kyle. I think Kathy needs to go. I think Kathy.
All right. You just got there. Okay.
That pill popping mama. Come on now. They all delusional.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would have loved to have seen Kathy on there. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen like a mix of Kathy, Kim, and Kyle to see how that dynamic actually is. Like, I think that would have been a great storyline.
The 3 sisters, right?
The 3 sisters, plus, I would love to see all 3 of them on there. That year that we had what Brandy. It was Brandy, Lane, and Lisa had just joined.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need Erica and what's her name yet.
Oh, but, I can't wait to touch on Erica because
I think that would have been dynamic. Because that would have been dynamic. That would have been dynamic to see like whose side Kathy would have been on. What she would have been with Kyle and LVP, trying to rebuild the relationship between Kim and Kyle, or would she have been on Brandy's side and just kept to keep Kim away from Kyle?
Well, did you catch that her and Kim, Kyle and Kim are not talking? Like, Kim don't talk to her.
Yeah, she said her and Kim don't talk now, and then Kim and Brandy don't talk no more either.
Wonder why.
But allegedly, Brandy said that something happened between her and Kim.
Okay, this is my thing. Like, mental health is serious, right? And I noticed that even whenever Erica talked about it, like, remember how she got excited about the medication?
Yeah.
And they all laughed about it. I felt like that's what they all do is they sit around and they just be high on Xanax and just drinking, and it's weird to me how nobody see that. Like, I don't understand how y'all could just be like, oh yeah, the doctor's prescribed me with this and I love it. But it's like,
right.
Then Lisa has all her bags of pills.
And puts the Xanax in her smoothies and all that other stuff.
But yeah, so I wouldn't talk to my sister either. I wouldn't talk to Brandy either. Because I think Brandy probably was toxic for
She,
Kim. I think she probably had that lady out there partying and drinking and doing some other stuff. So I'm glad she don't talk to her. But Kathy just
she don't do it for you.
don't do it for me. Now the new girl, she does it for me.
Crystal make
The way she was reading these old women was funny.
right. She said, "Oh, they're all dressed up. They dress very loudly." Like,
She's like, I feel like I'm underdressed. She's like, it's like watching how you have your older friends and they kind of like dress it over you. I was like, so
and did you catch the shade she threw at Dorit a little bit?
what she say?
She said,
Remind me.
"Oh, if people know you, that's one thing.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
do you know Dorit?" She said, "No."
Like Derek is, she's just there. And I still, she's okay this right now for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that she separates herself from the four.
Yeah, like what the one thing that I did like about Dorit last season was that she didn't leave Garcelle out there alone supporting Denise.
Oh, because she knew what it was. And she didn't want that work from Garcelle. Because
She's like she really like she's like what I like about Dorit. This is what I like. What I've liked about Dorit from since she got on the show. She's not afraid to speak her mind, and she don't care what none of them have to say. Like I'm going to say what I have to say. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like it's just what it is.
yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. My mom keeps calling me.
Hi, mom. Um, but yeah, Erica, I just feel I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I'm gonna let you get that out first.
I it's just something about like I like it's like I like Erica, but then I don't like Erica at the same time.
I don't like the thing. I don't.
But Erica's like the Kenya of the show.
You know what Erica's next tagline should be on this show? This
If
should
she,
be her. Should be like, "Oh my God, I turned around and it's the pride before the fall."
mm,
Because she was very like she from Atlanta. Everybody love her because she's Atlanta, and she try to give that side. But the thing about it is, she's lying,
mm,
and I feel like she's trying to set it up like, okay, we're in a pandemic and I'm at home and he's not here and I got depressed and Broadway shut down and I didn't know what to do. And so now you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Oh, and now she's by like now you're by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now she's going through all this stuff. So I feel like she's definitely gonna be in a hot seat this season, but I feel like she's lying. I really do. I feel like she's lying about the whole marriage and stuff like that. Like,
So
I
you
kind of,
already falling apart.
yeah. I don't think she. I think once she started to taste fame, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. And Joe Dudice, not Joe Dudice, but Joe Gorga said something. I know we're gonna talk about it, but when she started tasting fame and stuff like that, she
Mm-hmm.
really started changing. Like, she making her little hits. She got that thing on Broadway. Like, she was really becoming one of the it girls on Beverly Hills. And then all of a sudden, all these lies and stuff like that about with this scandal that we've been hearing about for years, and now it's starting to come to a head. And I feel like she knew what she was doing. I don't put nothing past these WPs.
So do you think that the divorce is a plot? Like they're not like in my mind, like how somebody pointed out, it could be a plot where they sat down and they talked. They're like, hey, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna announce that we're getting a divorce. That way, there's some stuff that can go in your name that they won't try to take.
Yes,
This stuff.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read somewhere allegedly that the feds are watching her this season
Yes. To
to
see
see.
and to see what she's wearing. Yeah, like because $40,000 on Glam a month.
Baby,
Like,
she's
I,
that's an
like
airbrush Barbie doll. She has. I'm telling you, like she's. Do you see how she's painted up? You ain't never seen that lady without no makeup. You ain't never seen her without no her weave, her wigs, her bundles, whatever it is. It ain't never been disheveled. It's
no,
always intact, and she always got that little white boy walk around with her with them lips.
yeah,
So $40,000 on some glam. They doing some work on you. That's some work.
exactly.
They doing some work. Yeah. So she pays for that.
Either her or that's in her budget with Tom. Because he gives her there's an Erica Jane budget and there's an Erica Girardi budget.
So the question is, what does she do for a living outside of Housewives?
She tours. She makes music.
So
But
again,
I had never heard of her until she got on the show. But I guess most of her music is played in the LGBT club scene.
which make sure you specify which part,
I
because
guess.
it ain't paying in our parts. We club where we at. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Not you, but I'm just
I
saying
guess
where we
I
at.
guess the Caucasian clubs. But I mean, I'm saying like some of my black friends, like they knew who she was. I'm like, I don't know her, but yeah, they knew she was because they said her music plays in their club. So I'm like, oh, okay.
So do you feel like Sutton is gonna torture her this season?
She needs somebody. I feel like somebody needs to hold her feet to the fire, just the same way she tried to hold Denise's feet to the fire, the same way she tried to hold LVP's feet to the fire. And I was thinking about this earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
with the LVP situation, and it really baffles me that none of them thought about this. I think her brother had just died, right? Yeah, her brother had just died. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think me dealing with the death of my brother that I have time to go sit around and be petty to pay Radar Online money to post a story about my friend?
I just feel like Andy pays those girls to lie.
And then the reunion, like everybody was talking about her not showing up to the reunion. Do you really think at the time I'm first of all, we're filming after my brother just died. Now the reunion time, my mom just died. Do you really think I feel like sitting in front of a bunch of women who's been attacking me all season to sit here on this couch and attack me even more, and I'm just dealing with the death of my mother too?
I just think that I don't know how responsible Andy is, but I just feel like he just takes to her differently than everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he holds Nene and a lot of them in a different regard, and I think like I don't know. I just feel like how do you come out of the housewife and you get two shows? You get two shows on two different networks,
Right.
and then on top of that, how are you? How are you still allowed to be on the show when you didn't lie? Because we ain't even got to Lisa yet, the other Lisa. Because baby, I
But
can't wait to read that old spikehead, pill popping, anorexic, washed up soap. You has been of a soap opera star. Like she is probably one of the most vindictive, disloyal, nasty disappointments of everybody that's been on there. And
yeah,
I'm being completely honest. And I'm not gonna change it for nobody.
not
So
at all.
everybody in the world, Lisa Rinna, you need to go on and stay on Soap TV and get off them housewives because you are the reason why Denise is not on that show. And if I was Denise, girl, in real life, I would slap your face. I would.
So my issue, my whole issue with Serena, like I've had like when Lisa Rinna first got on the show, I'm like, okay, I like, because I've liked Lisa Rinna through the TV, Days of Our Lives, seeing, and then I saw her come on the Wendy Williams show. da-da-da. Like I liked that Lisa Rinna. Her first season of Housewives, I liked her. You know, her and Eileen had the little, you know, their little friends, whatever. I liked that. But as time went on, the following, I think it was the following season when Eden Sassoon came on the show, and Lisa ran her mouth saying all this stuff about Kim to Eden, and so Eden's projecting what was said to her on the Kyle, and Kyle gets mad at her, and it's like, well, dang, why you get mad at? And then so she's getting mad at her, not knowing that Lisa Rinna then told her, like, yeah, your sister's about to die. Her sister's about to die. Like, what? Like I went back, like I was like, no, the other night I was actually watching like, you know, old clips and stuff like that, and I'm just like, Lisa Rinna's been on this show, and they allowed her to lie on camera and actually said somebody's family member was close to death. She called Kyle an enabler. She said all this. She said Kim was close to death. She said all this stuff to Eden. Eden went back and repeated it, not knowing that there was already an issue there.
Mm-hmm.
Then next thing you know, she's getting her feet held to the fire, and then she has to go back and tell LVP like, "Hey, this is why I said what I said." Wait, Lisa Rinna said it? Yes. And then Lisa Rinna gets in front and she's like, I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that. And then next day, I sat down with Eden. We talked, and yeah, I did say it.
Yeah, she's done that because it's just I think she does that a lot to where
Yeah.
she'll create a lie and then she'll come back and be like, yeah, I did say it and I'm sorry for it. She did it with the whole Kim situation. She did it with the whole LVP situation because
I think she sold the sword to Radar online. Personally.
I do too. I do too. I think her and Teddy did it. I
Yep.
think her, Teddy, and Kyle, I think all of them had something to do with it because I know Teddy had her hands all up in that. And so then Lisa was just the add-on. Lisa Rinna was just the add-on. I feel like she sold that story. And I feel like she knew a lot of stuff, just like with the Denise situation.
Mhm.
She did the exact same thing. And that's why I'm glad Garcelle is here. Because, baby, Garcelle was sitting at that table like, girl, I don't like you. And you better tread lightly with me because I will reach across this table and snatch you right out your body. So
I should have been on your side when it came to Denise. She said, well, why weren't you? She said, I don't know. I just couldn't.
And Garcelle looking at her like, Garcelle looking at her
like she said, I was a cunt. She said, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue.
And I'm not gonna. No, she said, and I'm not gonna disagree with you.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. Like, I was like, yes, Garcelle. She said, I'm not gonna disagree with you. I mean, I don't even like that word, but I'm not gonna disagree.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like but
Right.
it's just the fact that she knew that she had to sit down, and she came for Garcelle in the reunion, and Garcelle was looking at her like, "Girl, you really like who? You really pressed about this situation? Ain't got shit to do with you, and you can't sit there with your mouth closed or whatever." Because they knew that Brandy was lying.
Right.
They knew that girl was lying. Like, come on now. Where you go, Sir Capricorn? Y'all, he'll be right back after these messages.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, I just feel like I don't know. It was a good start to the season.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good start to the season. I feel like.
And I can't wait till next week's episode when she sits down with Kyle.
Oh, she gonna read Kyle too.
Because when I saw that in the trailer, I was like,
about that $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because that right there, you do not ever accuse a person of color of not paying their dues, and you don't do it on a platform. And it's not like Garcelle don't have money. Garcelle is paid, okay? Like she's okay. So I can't wait for Kyle to.
Because I go back to that reunion flashback. She said, "Be careful what you say."
Because I feel like Garcelle was about to wanted to be like, hold on, because let me go check this, and if not, pay this lady right now before I have to slap her, because that's probably what she said.
Right.
Like, you got this bitch over here saying that we didn't pay her. Pay this hoe before I beat her up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really do feel like ex-wife should be on the show, but that's just me.
Will Smith's ex? Yes, because her sideline commentary, I was like, I hope she's a friend all season.
Because she asked the question, she was like, who is such a? She was like, I don't know, but I just like Garth. I don't know. I've liked her on other shows too.
She said, "Oh."
Because they probably dog walked her. They probably was like, that. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for that conversation.
Right.
That bitch, she would not ever, because she probably can't even come hang around them.
Nope.
That's what I don't understand. Like, Lisa Rinna comes from the entertainment world, like, and then she tried. This is what killed me too. She was like, I actually known you longer than I known Denise.
Wow.
And Garcelle was looking at her like,
that's not what she said, but okay. Like,
but it was just like she was reaching though, like that's why I have a hard time now, to be honest with you. Huh?
It's just in my mind, like, even still though, like, if you can do that to one friend that you even if you did know me longer than her, you have a longevity of friendship with her.
Mm-hmm.
If you can still do that to a friend you have a longevity of friendship with, just because we've been friends longest don't mean I can't trust that you won't do that shit to me.
I think I have a hard time with whenever they bring actresses on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because
Kyle was a child actress.
Oh, and what? Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie, Halloween.
I don't remember her.
Remember the little girl that got that was babysit? That was
okay. So Capricorn, okay.
Well, I'm just letting you know because she's gonna be in the new Halloween movie that come out in October.
And ain't nobody gonna watch it.
Then she's gonna die anyway. So.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I think her character died anyway, but yeah.
Okay. That was Kendra. I said I'm on YouTube. We saw Cap. Calm down.
He can come next time.
Good. No, he can. No, listen. And I mean this with no shade whatsoever. We on this. We over here for this, and we over here for that. I can only take so much. Okay. Look, I'm old. I can only take so much. But anyway, yeah, for Beverly Hills, mm-hmm. I'm glad to see what's happening to to Erica.
Yes.
But did you notice? Wait,
why
wasn't she on Watch What Happens Live?
Oh yeah, he said she's not doing any press. He said Erica's not doing any press, so that's why she's not here.
Well, why?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess because I don't know if it's because of the case or what, but yeah, he said she's not doing any.
Because the case is against her ex-husband, or is it against both of them?
I think it's against him, but they're watching her too, so they think she may have known, and that's why they're watching her to see she may have known that he was embezzling the money and using that money to
because I'm just saying, taking private jets, you got the best threads, and you don't know, that's why that's why with some of these housewives, I don't understand how y'all don't pay attention to y'all man's pockets. I tell you somebody that did, and I tell you somebody that made sure that they were not going to get caught up in no BS. And that's Miss Phaedra Parks.
Mm-hmm.
When she telling Paolo, go away from me with that, Paolo. Like, you feel
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, that's why I do not believe that Erica did not know. I believe she knew. I believe she knew. And for that man to be old, and it's the same story. It reminds me of Anna Nicole Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I married this older man, and he has money. He's taking care of me. He's funding my music career. He's doing all this stuff like that. So, and you just going to because, yeah, I feel like Dorit gonna be next.
Oh no, I thought it was when they first broke the story and they said a housewife. I'm like, oh damn, what did PK do? But when you look at what PK does though, his and Dorit's lifestyle makes sense, especially coming from where they lived at, because you know over there, like art that U.S. artists are doing bank over there in the UK or London, wherever they're from. Like
Okay, but I'm saying, like, remember they have lawsuits too. So does Kyle and Mauricio.
they had their lawsuits, but he fought them and they won.
But I still think he has others though.
He might.
Cause I know Dorit and PK still got one. They got a couple.
Kyle Mauricio, I've heard about theirs because of Brandy. But it's kind of hard to believe everything that Brandy say because Brandy even said Mauricio cheats. But yet,
I can see that.
I mean, I can see it, but I haven't. But it hasn't been revealed yet. And that would have been a great thing. Like if LVP would have found the dirt on that. Like
I
okay,
think she know the dirt on that, but she's not gonna say nothing.
and
I don't
that's
think it's her place to say anything.
yeah, and that's another thing too. Like if I'm gonna sell a story to Radar Online. Oh, y'all accuse me of selling a story to Radar Online? Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna sell this story to Radar Online. Here's pictures of Mauricio out with this girl, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and post this because they think I sell stories, so I'm gonna really sell one this time.
Yeah. I just yeah. Mm.
So that's why in my mind I'm like, especially after what Kyle did to her in her house.
Oh yeah, cause that husband was mad.
Goodbye, Kyle.
He was mad. He was like, "You gonna come up and you have the
You're
audacity to
not
come
her.
up." Yeah, and he not. Ken knew that they weren't her friends. Ken knew exactly what was going on.
Just like at the table with PK and Dorit, when they had that, he was like, "Well, if you're gonna believe that my wife will do this, then we can't be friends no more.
Yeah, like we
Like,
can't be friends.
I'd love to still be friends with you, but I can't. We can't deal with her."
Because Dorit ain't talked to Lisa Vanderpump since.
Mm-mm. And it's like, Lisa, I love you. And she said, I love you too. She said, wait, so you do love me? She said, absolutely, I don't. She said, so you lied. She said, well, this time, yeah, I did lie.
Yeah, this time I did because this you got me. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I like Crystal. I do like Crystal, and I can't wait to see the funny battle between Crystal and Sutton. I think that's going to be hilarious. She said, "You, what am I jealous of? Your ugly leather pants."
And she just the Crystal was just looking at her like, girl, okay, like, bye.
But I mean, really, like, what's Sutton? Sutton ain't got nothing to be jealous about anybody with,
Sutton paid. But you know what's funny? Why Sutton staying in Kyle's house?
they're moving,
But
and
still, it's
the
just
new
funny
house,
that she rent from her.
yeah, the new houses they're buying that they're trying to buy, they haven't been able to get it yet because they have to wait for them to move out, I guess.
Okay.
So they're renting Kyle's house while they're in transition.
Okay. I still thought it was funny that Sutton staying there. And
I think Kyle needs to just let the house go and let her buy it. But ain't this the house? Is that the infamous house though? That's the infamous house, right? You stole my damn house. That's a lot. You stole my damn house.
that's that house. That's man. Yeah. Did you read that article? Yeah. You gotta read it, so Capricorn, because it's gonna make you look at these franchises different.
Yeah. Before we go to New Jersey, real quick, I do have to say, did you see Nene's interview with I think with the Jackson brand?
No. What did she say? I saw a couple of clips, but what did she say?
So they asked her about, the Porsche situation.
Oh yes, I loved her response to that.
Yes. And like, it's just crazy though that she had the same response that Tammy had, but Tammy's response was different.
What Tammy said?
So they both agreed that it's a that it could be a situation where they're not really friends, that she was just using her to bring her to the show. But Tammy took it further to say, well, you're swimming in this girl's pool, you eating her food, and then this. But I have to say, say coworkers or cool. Whether we're coworkers and we're cool, that don't mean we're friends. That just means we're coworkers and we're cool. But at the end of the day, just like I said, like, fumbled your bag. You fumbled the bag, and so Porsche picked it up. That's just like if we're coworkers, and you were supposed to be president. You're president of the company, and they fired you. I mean, yeah, we're cool. They fired you and they offered me the job. I'm not about to turn down the job of president just because they fired you. You just you fumbled your bag. Like, you my boy, I respect you, but at the end of the day, like, money.
So do you think that Nene will come back?
I know she doesn't want to,
but
changes are made.
Wait,
I would love. Go ahead.
Did you read? I'm sure you noticed. I did not know that Bravo gets a percentage of what they do outside of the Housewives.
Yep.
But none of the other people. Well, Bethany is the only one that didn't. That got away from that. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why I respect Bethany as a businesswoman, because she knows. She said, "Look, y'all ain't getting none of Skinny Girl."
Yeah, but I did not know. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but I wonder if they take. But I wonder that they're not getting a portion of what she does with Skinny Girl. So I wonder if they maybe cut what they're paying her cut some of her salary, and take a portion of her salary that she makes.
Well, the reason why I asked that because I saw that on Twitter, but then I was thinking like that's what Nene meant by they stopping her bags.
Mm-hmm. Like, I guess like if she did the show with E, so they would like her doing that show, they would have took a percentage of whatever she made from that show. And
do you think that show's gonna come to light?
I hope so, because she deserves it.
Because they filmed it last year, right?
Yeah, but I want to know what the show she's filming for Zeus.
Let me tell you something. Zeus is uncandid. Zeus, yeah. Because what are they? Yeah. If Nene comes on there, then it's gonna be one of them sit down exclusives, tell all type stuff, and I think that's when you're gonna get the real deal.
Yes.
So.
All right. The New Jersey. So look, I know you don't like her, but
You talking about Jennifer?
yes, when I tell you
Baby,
Jennifer,
I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say about her.
Jennifer is the so far right now. Jennifer is the MVP of this reunion. First of all, she took on Margaret, Melissa, and threw a little jab at Jackie. At the
So I'm gonna say this about Jennifer.
okay,
She came to play,
right.
and she came to play, and she's not gonna play with these girls. And she read each one of them one by one. And Margaret, um, I'm glad, and Teresa knows what she doing. And Teresa sitting there, she got Jennifer back because guess what? She gonna make sure Jennifer got a job next season
Right.
because she was just like, what? It's just like Teresa was taking digs at Margaret.
And I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. I do think she did that. I do think she did that on unintentionally, but with intent.
Listen, I'm
Like
tired of everybody thinking
that,
that Teresa
but
is this beanbag. Teresa
yeah.
threw that shade. She knew what she was saying. Teresa, come on now.
I think the intent was to prove a point. Like, she's proud of her husband, what her husband does. However, it makes it seem like you don't post up that you're married to a plumber because you're not proud that he's a plumber.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it was good though, like because it hit Margaret like with like a ton of bricks. She was like, you posted that your husband's a plastic. She said, okay. She posted her husband's a doctor. I mean, are you gonna post it that your husband's a plumber?
Margaret was like,
She was
not cool, Teresa. Not cool, girl. Sit your lips back, girl. Sit your new face, new body back. You thought using all that money to go get your body snatched. Won't you finish your house, Margaret? You've been working in this house for 17 years and ain't made no ground.
since she been on the show.
Since she been on the show, they've been working on it. Okay, She by Sheree. Like, I'm being serious. Like,
Renovate like the issue is that I can understand Sheree's house taking forever because she was building it from the ground up. But
Sheree don't have no money. We all know Bravo helped her with that, but go ahead, allegedly. But
But you just renovating your house. You've been renovating your house since you've been on the show. You've been on the show for what? 3-4 seasons now?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
So,
But
because they left off with Jennifer saying that Margaret is the one that started that rumor.
I cannot wait to see what happened in the park. And you see how mad she got?
Because she knew she started that rumor. And the way she got mad at her husband, and I like how they called her out about her husband, about how because she treats that man like trash.
Yes.
She treats that man like trash. And I think that this might be Margaret's last season.
Unless they demote her.
I think they're gonna start a. I think they need to go on and call Carolyn.
They all got. I think they already got back, and they're adding somebody else. I forget her name.
They all got asked back.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't know why Jackie's coming back. Like Margaret, I can deal with to a certain extent, but it's like Jackie, why are you there?
Why is Margaret there?
True.
Why is Melissa there?
For Teresa. Like Jennifer said.
Jennifer was eating them girls alive.
She said, I got on the show because my own Mary. You got on the show because your sister-in-law. And you did it just so you can go against your sister-in-law at that. Let's just be honest. You and your cousin decided to get on the show behind her back. You can try to come at her.
Because she was like, Jennifer, you've been trying to get on this show for how long? and yada yada yada. And then I was thinking to myself, but Melissa, you just became an it girl because Jacqueline lost her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn didn't want to do it no more, and we all know what happened with Danielle. Because I can't think about anybody. Oh yeah, Kathy not coming back. Kathy ain't gonna never be able to be
I can't.
on the Housewives ever again.
Seasons.
Huh?
I don't know how she lasted 2 seasons.
Well, it started off good. It did because I did like her. Now, when she turned on Teresa, that's when I was cool. I was through her. I feel like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Remember how Joe came for Melissa?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting older,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care what they say. If both of them are jealous, a hit dog will holler. She doing something, and he's scared about it. Because he said ever since she got on TV and she got famous, it went to her head. She's moving and shaking more than usual because she used to just be at home.
Yeah.
And I don't think his income is coming in, so they're banking on her.
Yeah, I don't think that because I don't think they're building. I don't think construction companies are like.
And then they just sold the house.
Yep.
They just sold the house, and so like, I just seen a different side of Joe. I did because he's very like the dig he took at
Black Dolores.
You said Black Dolores? Is that what you call her?
Yeah, that's Black Dolores.
Dolores Black?
Yes. She's like 1/3 something.
Okay, so she's the black representation.
Okay.
You know what? Y'all can go to hell with that. We gonna see if they gonna touch that franchise with a black woman.
Well, so here's the thing. So what happened was somebody else you don't like, Wendy Williams, was watching the show and she's like, there's some black in her somewhere. Like that woman is black somewhere. And then so she did an ancestry and found out she's like 1/3 something.
So Capricorn. Oh, Meech, I'm telling the truth. Like, I'm just saying, we ain't seen him do nothing. These stay-at-home dads they don't have the same formula that Todd got. Todd getting his allowance for playing daddy daycare.
True.
So, and Joe,
well, the wives were supposed to play. The wives pay their husbands anyway because they don't get paid.
From a cut of what they do, but I thought that they negotiated that.
Mm-mm.
So only on the spinoffs.
So I guess they negotiate extra in their salaries so that they can pay their husbands, but yeah.
Oh,
that's why like with the whole Matt situation,
mm-hmm.
Todd had asked Matt like, so is she breaking you off? What you're supposed to be getting broke off or whatever for being on the show? He said she's not paying me anything. What do you mean? He's like, yeah, like all the wives, we don't get a check. Like all of our wives give us money, pay us to be on, to appear on the show, support them. He's like, really? Like that's why Matt really was going off on her because it's like you got me on the show as your man, and we doing such. We're putting our lives out there. I'm putting my life out there, kind of for to in support of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I hear over here that the wives, that they're paying, that they're giving their man a cut of what they're supposed to be getting, but you're not giving me nothing to do this.
But
if that relationship was real, but
yeah, I just think like
But even if the relationship was fake, pay that man what you want.
I just think that Joe, like I said, Joe
1/3 Nigerian.
1/3 Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay, so she's still so that's the black representation of the New Jersey franchise.
For right now.
Stark Capital for right now. Because guess what? I bet you any month you can name 3 women from New Jersey and they're all black. Go.
You said that are all black?
I bet I got my 3 right now. You ready?
Go ahead.
Queen Latifah, Whitney Houston, Wendy Williams.
That part.
And there's more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
we got a special guest coming up with us.
Who is this, Meech?
Yes.
Wait, I wasn't ready.
What's up, Teeth?
You gonna jump in
Teeth? Hey, Teeth.
I wasn't ready. I was trying to watch.
What you trying to watch?
So was
y'all?
So was
I was watching y'all.
And they told me he was going out of town. Ain't even invite me on the trip.
Boy, have a day.
He said not have a seat. He said have a day. I mean, take the whole day off. Like just have a day.
Leave me the low. What? Go on. Continue us convo.
So what you think about what we were saying, Meech?
Why you disrespect Todd like that? That's what I was.
I'm always gonna disrespect the snitch. Okay.
Why you disrespect Todd like that? That man, he a worker.
Is he really?
He a worker.
He a worker and he in some entanglement. So, like I said, come on now.
Who in an entanglement?
Candy and Todd.
That's not nice.
Okay, listen, I can't deal with this because we all know what goes down in Atlanta.
That don't mean it's an entanglement, though. You could at least give them a open situation. You could at least give them something, a swinger, like give them some type of something.
Listen, there's a lot of women in this world that live in Atlanta that run in that circle that have NDAs allegedly. Shamia being one of them, but we're gonna carry on.
It could help T.I. and Tiny. They would have got something.
Right.
But I think T.I. and Tiny gonna be okay. I do. Because I feel like there's extortion all up in there. That's what I feel.
The extortion.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. No, there's a housewife there's someone that's rumored to be the new addition. She is African American, but I remember her name.
For New Jersey?
Yes, for next season.
Hmm.
You must be going to the pits of hell to find out these rumors, because I can't.
Stay up in the comments. Lewis, he'll stay in the comments, baby.
Huh?
He stay in the comments looking for drama.
I be looking, gotta figure out who these are. So let's talk about let's go ahead. So Joe Gorga is saying that Dolores was broken. They talked about that. Dolores said she wasn't offended because she knew what Joe meant.
So what did he mean?
He meant it as Frank really hurt her.
Oh, we talked about this before. Okay, I remember this.
That Frank really hurt her. He did her bad, and it's she's in a place where she's still trying to figure it out. Okay,
that's a bunch of bullshit, because that man lived with her. She introduced her. That's an entanglement right there. How you got the new boyfriend and the ex-boyfriend? Y'all been living together for 73 years. Y'all ain't never broke up. He ain't never gone nowhere. You use this man to help him do construction on your new boyfriend home and all this whole type of stuff.
Well, that's her husband.
Huh?
That's her ex-husband.
He an ex or something. He's still around is my point. It's like, I couldn't do that. I don't even think the new boyfriend like her.
Yeah, I don't think I honestly don't think he wants to get married at all.
I don't think I wouldn't want to marry her. So we're gonna get married, and then it's gonna be me, you, and my ex-husband and my kids, and we all gonna sit down every week and have dinner together. and then you gonna go stay across town at his house with him. She don't even live with the new boyfriend. She spend the night.
He didn't want her to live. He didn't want her to move in.
Where so she live by herself?
No, her and Frank live together.
Her and Frank stay together.
She still live with the ex-husband.
Yes.
Oh wow.
She stays with the ex-husband, and she been staying with the ex-husband. So this whole I'm broken and she's trying to figure it out. She wants to be with Frank. Her and Frank gonna end up together. How much you want to bet? Hold on, I got this morning.
I don't think she's gonna end back. I don't think she's gonna get back with Frank. I think they're in the place where
What does stay with mean?
like she has a bedroom in the house, he has a bedroom in the house.
They stay in the master together.
So they cohabitate. She ain't like renting a room.
No, he lives. So in the house that they had together,
they still stay in that same.
It's in the same house, but he sleeps in Frank Jr.'s room.
Oh wow!
While Frank Jr. is in college, and Frank Jr. works for Teresa's new boyfriend, doing real estate.
I do feel like the comment of broken woman was very was relevant. It made sense to me.
But it's crazy though. Like, so Frank ended up when Frank accident or whatever.
You dying over there? Jesus.
Yeah, he's getting over something. It had a David was Frank's doctor, and David had Frank come stay with them and come stay at David's house, come stay with him at his house, and he took care of him while he was recovering. Like, that's what friends they are.
And these is WPs?
No. Italians.
Italian. So family-oriented people.
Yeah.
Okay. That helps the story. I mean, it makes more sense.
Yeah. But, again, like I said, Dolores is Nigerian.
She's a what?
She's Italian and 1/3 Nigerian.
Well, leave them two people alone. She is Italian.
Look, that is Black Dolores.
Who's Italian?
Girl, leave the Dalmatians alone. She said she Italian. She Italian.
She said she's Italian and Nigerian.
Italian, and we can stop there. Jesus.
I was talking about Dolores. Dolores is Italian.
But she's gonna be on the Wendy show this week. She texted Wendy. She was like, "Wendy, it's Black Dolores. I'll be on your show." Well, because I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I call her Black Dolores because Wendy calls her Black Dolores.
Wait, she texted Wendy that she's gonna be on the show. Wendy don't approve talent.
Like she approved it, but she said, "Well, I'm saying, hey Wendy, I want to come to your show." Da 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 da.
Oh, you talking about before they?
Yeah, before they
booked her to be on the show. Okay. I'm about to say Wendy don't control who's coming on the show after all these years.
But hey, it's Black Dolores. That's how they text each other.
Okay, Black Capricorn. It's like something. Whitney.
My friends in high school used to text me like, "What's up, honorary white guy?"
Wendy
like in high school, I was the whitest. Like, that was the whitest black dude you ever met.
You still is the whitest black guy, mate. I know.
I didn't. You're just black to me. I didn't know you was. So you were the token.
Yeah, I was pretty much the token until a situation happened, and I said, "You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm gonna hang out with my people."
He still is.
But even with the
so fucking shady.
No lie. Even with the black crowd, I still feel like
he's still the whitest. He's the whitest black boy.
I know some people whiter than him.
I think because I love my country music.
Maybe the whiteness go far.
I love
the whiteness go far.
I love my country music. Like, go away from me.
It's way beyond. Black people do country music. Your whiteness go deep into them backlogs. Stop.
Yeah, would you learn it even more?
like I'm saying anything that's not true. You was white as hell at times. Cut it out.
Um,
It'd be like no black there.
Capricorn, I still think you're black because you show me black all the time. I don't know nothing else outside of.
that's like I'm black. Like I do have my ways, but it's just like
Ways.
What's some of your ways?
I have my white ways.
What's your white black? Give me an example.
However, I know that I'm black.
Give us an example.
What do you mean?
What's your white ways? What's an example of your white ways?
I don't know. Mitch, give us my white.
You made the statement.
I mean, I can't really say because I mean, I'd be like, I say stuff.
What's your favorite karaoke song?
Like I'll say something, and then somebody be like, that's something white. Like you know, what I'm saying like they'll say like that's a white you ever made. Like what are you talking about? Like okay, so like I said I want to go. Like I tell my friends I want to go camping. They're like, that's some white people shit.
No, I'll go camping.
It's white people stuff, but you can still go camping too.
That's not white people stuff. We go camping too.
Yes,
that is not white people stuff. No.
It is.
No.
And
where you want to go camping at, Leo? In like
said,
Hocking Hills, not where everybody going. You want to go to like Hocking Hills, Bears, no electricity, don't wash yourself. You want to be like white. That's different.
I didn't say that type of camping. I washed my ass when I went camping, like with my daddy.
Like I'm
just joking.
You can wash your ass when you go camping. Like they have like the places you can go shower and stuff like that. But I'm saying like I want to do that authentic thing where you go out there, you pitch a tent, you sleep in your tent, your sleeping bag, and stuff like that.
Why don't you do it?
But they want to go camping, like we sleeping in the cabin.
Yeah, you don't got to sleep on the ground. That's what a cabin is for. Get in the bed. Be comfortable.
Sleep in a tent and a sleeping bag.
Oh, so you want to sleep in a tent and get roaches and all that shit, and the wind blowing it, so your tent will fly over if a storm happens, as opposed to being in the house.
See, y'all want to go bougie camping. I'm talking about true camping with your sleeping bag in your tent.
True camping.
You roast some marshmallows on the fire, and you say, "Hey, good night, y'all. We gonna sleep in my tent. Good night. I'm gonna sleep in my tent." And then boom, we wake up in the morning. We light a fire again. We go fishing. We gonna fry some.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's white people shit. I just think that's just. You want the full experience. Look at Meech's face. Capricorn, you should have gave a different example because maybe I am a bougie camper now, but I'm not sleeping outside of no tent when I could go sleep in a cabin.
That's not bougie.
And have a whole kitchen and a hot shower, and I could still go and roast marshmallows and go fishing and come back in the kitchen and fry that fish.
He gonna pop the marshmallows. Gonna pop the marshmallows in the microwave, and then
now I know you fucking lied. Who did
in the microwave?
Right.
He gonna put the s'mores in the microwave.
I would never do that.
Or put the s'mores.
Like, anyways, what's the next topic?
About how Jennifer ate. I'm sorry. I know we talked about it a little bit, but Jennifer ate Margaret up. I'm sorry.
Did I see the clip?
Yeah, Jennifer. I think Jennifer and Teresa came prepared. Like they came prepared.
It was like, Melissa, just stay over there. She said, "You tried to slut shame." She tried to slut shame her. She said, "What you mean I tried to slut shame her? She called me a concubine." And
when she said that, I was like, and Andy was like, "Well."
And then Margaret tried to give her watered down definition of a concubine. She said, "No, make sure you add that he's not married to, and that's what you were with him." And she looked at Jackie and said, "Miss Merriam-Webster, Come on.
And Jackie was like, "What?" Like,
she ate all three. I'm telling you, she ate all three of them up with one swoop.
now, there's one part. Okay, I remember now. I did not feel like it was appropriate, nor do I feel like it should have been discussed or they had an opinion on Jennifer's relationship with her mom, because that's a very
It's a touchy subject
because
and sensitive.
she's a daddy's girl,
Mhm.
and
Well, no, she was a mama's girl, but she's trying to build. She was trying to build the relationship with her dad.
from what she said, she ain't never seen her dad treat her mom wrong.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
like after she explained the backstory about how old her mom was, I get it. But guess what? You stayed, and now y'all almost 93,000 years old. So now you want to be mad because she took in her father. And is her mom, was her mom staying with them too?
No, her mom had her own place. Like they lived separate. That's the thing. They were married, but they lived separate. They ended up living separately.
Because they were like, you using your mom for a storyline. How is that using my mom for a storyline? That's my real life.
When Melissa said that, I was like, Melissa,
Well, I think you can do
your
both.
first 2-3 seasons, you used Teresa for a storyline.
Well, every season she uses Teresa for a storyline. Melissa has never ran her own storyline by herself. It's always been Teresa's storyline, Melissa's storyline featuring Teresa and Teresa's whole family. Melissa cannot stand alone on this show. We know she will never hold the center. What is it, a dot? What do they have? Champagne glasses?
They don't hold nothing. They put their hands on their hips.
You sure right.
Yeah, they don't hold anything. They're the only housewives.
But who holds the champagne glasses?
That's Potomac. So Orange County does oranges, New York does apples, Atlanta does peaches, Salt Lake City does snowflakes.
Salt Lake City.
So yeah, Salt Lake City.
Wait, hold on. Salt Lake City does what?
Snowflake.
Okay, so back to New Jersey. So
and Dallas hosts Stars.
Okay, so back to New Jersey. Yeah,
those all make sense to me.
But New Jersey just put their hand on their hips.
They just put their hands on their hips.
They don't got nothing in New Jersey to hold.
They could have held a pile of money. They could have held some sand. They could have held a starfish for all I care.
Something off the shore.
Yeah, something. But
they're the only Housewives franchise that don't hold anything.
Yeah, but I just feel like, back to my point, I was just thinking, I just feel like that whole situation with Jennifer and her family and them trying to make a mockery out of that situation, I don't feel like you should accuse somebody of using their mom as a storyline when that's real life. Like, you can tell that bothers that girl. She might be a little dingy, and I don't really too much care for the lady. But from what I've seen, it looked like some shit that I could relate to.
And it really makes you look, when you like, honestly, like people that may not like her, it makes you look at her in a different way, because it's like, well, now I can understand. I mean, not an excuse, but it's like I can understand why she may have a problem with why she may drink so much. It's the stress of what her parents are going through, and they kind of throwing her in the middle of it.
Yeah,
like the episode of Teresa's pool party, that her mom had gotten into it over the phone about her dad, and it like put her in a place where, you know what, I'm just going to go out, I'm going to have fun and forget about all this. And what she did, she got sloppy drunk at the pool party,
and fell slumped over.
Right. But with Margaret, like what I don't like about what Margaret does with her is that Margaret does antagonize Jennifer, and then try to play victim when Jennifer claps back with something harder.
So, okay, Sir Capricorn, so you're for sure that all of them are coming back next season?
From what was reported, it's supposed to be all them plus one.
So they're gonna bring Margaret back?
Yep. Plus another lady. She's allegedly. I mean, again, it could change after the reunion. But so far, everybody was offered to come back.
Because I thought they don't send out letters until after the reunions.
That's how it was. But with COVID, a lot of things have been wonky.
Because remember that allegedly all the Real Housewives of Atlanta were coming back, but that was a lie. So that's what I'm saying. Because I really don't see it for Margaret.
I'm not gonna lie. I see it. I don't see it for Margaret, but I see it more for Margaret than Jackie. So if they bring Jackie,
I don't see it for that whole side.
Well, they're gonna bring Melissa back regardless.
Well, but I'm saying like Melissa can go to a friend to a show. She can be friends with Teresa because she rides her coattail. Hold on, I gotta open my.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like I just can't. That's gonna make it boring. No?
That's true, but who knows?
I don't understand why they would bring back. Did Bravo lose some money or something?
Who knows?
I'm just.
But also you gotta think too, because the seasons were so short.
Mm-hmm.
COVID, they had to pack so much in like 10, 12 episodes.
Like, are you trying to hide the cup or what?
Well, because I don't want y'all to think of drinking like alcohol. This is actually tea, and I didn't know like over here they show like everything. Like, look, you see the steam coming up off of it. Let me sit this over here. No, that's my tea because
they
have a late night. What'd you say?
With COVID, they cut so much out with seasons, and they had take so many breaks that they just made seasons so short. That's why Atlanta ended the way. That's why Atlanta ended the way it did. That's why this season was so short over here.
Oh, this season was boring, Jeff.
This season of Atlanta, yeah.
Worst ratings in history.
Really?
The worst. And now we all saw that report where they have to shake up. That's why I'm saying back to New Jersey. Like I cannot. Like you mean to tell me y'all have the same 6 girls?
But is it gonna be a full season?
Same 6 from. I mean, this was the same 6 from last season.
Right. You see how that's how everybody feels. How silent that awkward silence that just happened. That's
for the upcoming season. They'll be able to do more stuff because they'll have more freedom to roam around and go other places and stuff, right?
What, we want to see them go overseas and fight?
I don't care for the show at all, but I'm just saying that they was condensed and there was limited options, so they had limited results. But now with it opening back up, there's more opportunity to,
do more.
Well, I think they should bring 2 black women on there.
How many are there now?
1.
Shut up, Record. If you say Black Dolores, I'm leaving.
Why do you want black women on the show?
Don't leave.
I'm just playing.
But come on,
we on BIGO.
You gotta think of but Dolores' attitude though, like that's like when Dolores, that's a black woman. You cannot say that's not.
But is she black, or is this the one that's 1/3 Nigerian?
She's 1/3 Nigerian. She's black.
Why do you keep making that synonym to black?
This is Wendy Williams, okay?
Like, what's the connection between? Just okay.
Okay, we're gonna leave Dolores alone, okay? I'm just saying, like, what Wendy say is not Bible, and Dolores needs to quit calling herself Black Dolores.
Well, it's a joke between her and Wendy though.
Right, well, but that's kind of offensive to say the least. Okay.
I mean,
coming from a black man, do we see each other? I'm saying she need to. You're not just because you're 1/3. you ain't getting no. We're not giving you no ticket to the barbecue booth.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna. Obviously, I don't think she uses words, but I mean, but the thing was like, the thing is that since before Dolores did her little ancestry thing, like Wendy was talking about the cast, and she said, "Bring her up." What's her name?
Not bring her up.
Her name is Dolores.
Oh, while she was sitting.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, yeah, something about her. She's black or something. I'm gonna call her. That's Black Dolores."
Oh, because she got her boobs done and her booty done.
No, like she
be in the tanning bed every day
of
her life.
Huh?
Oh,
like,
my
look at
all that you
feature a black woman. Yeah, we're gonna call her black.
Look at her children. Do her children give you black?
Oh,
No,
see the children.
Frank,
Somebody send it to me.
More dominant though.
Huh?
Frank's genes are more dominant.
Oh, is that right?
Because I think Frank is Italian too, but he's I think his mom is white or something like that.
Yeah, that family is Italian and white. Okay. Go ahead. We're gonna get off of Black Dolores, but Dolores is Dolores.
Okay. I missed New York this week, but I do know that Ebony K. Williams and Leah are running that show. That's all.
Okay, so I'm being honest with you.
On there giving out history lessons.
She said she's doing what she knew what her role was. She knew what her job was. I have not watched it, Sir Capricorn. I cannot stomach them. I cannot. Like,
I see the clip when she was explaining about that area in the Hamptons that was originally yeah, I've seen her giving that lesson, so I'd assume that's gonna be her role.
Yeah, because Ramona sounds so ignorant. She was like, "Well, I didn't think about it until she came." Well, bitch, if you ain't thinking about it, like,
a lot of white people are ignorant about race, though.
Ramona's been ignorant about race.
She has,
and that's been my
So has Luann, because we're gonna talk about this blackface.
Nobody there to check.
But that's been my issue with Bravo, though. Like, so you guys may not agree with me, but like Stassi and Kristen getting fired.
Who?
Wait, what?
When they fired Stassi and Kristen from Vanderpump Rules.
Oh yes, as they should have.
Never watched. Never watched.
I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. If y'all was on fire them, Luann should have.
I remember you said this to me. Yeah, I remember.
Luann should have fired. Kelly Dodd should have been fired.
I think Kelly Dodd is getting fired. Did you read the reports on that?
Yeah.
They're having a tough time casting.
Yeah, but they should have been fired her.
I think they're on hiatus right now, ain't they?
Yeah, they're on hiatus.
Orange County.
But I'm saying when they fired those two, they should have fired Kelly Dodd. Should have fired Luann. They should have.
Is Vicky still on there?
Who?
Vicky.
They should have been fired Ramona.
No, they fired Vicky.
Vicky dirty.
Yeah, they did.
I used to like her.
I love Vicky.
I love Vicky.
My favorite from there is Vicky and Gina. I love them too. I actually love Gina's son.
Wait, the new Gina or the old Gina?
The old Gina with the baseball player's son or whatever. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, he's like
but you know who else should have been fired if we're going to talk about race?
Go ahead.
Kenya Moore.
Listen.
No, I don't have time. Kenya Moore get away with too much.
You can't fire Kenya.
Yes, you can.
Not for that.
Kenya Moore.
What do you mean, the Indian thing? Or
yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
No.
Kenya Moore can have a seat. I need Kenya Moore to take a break. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is my opinion on Kenya Moore. I want Kenya Moore to win when it comes to this acting thing. I want Kenya Moore to get her ass back on TV and get back into this acting thing. I need her to do something else.
We were talking about family on the last live. Me and Mitch were talking about Kenya on Family Reunion. but we were like, she's not really acting. She's playing an exaggerated version.
Kenya on every show
Playing
that she
Kenya,
does.
that's what she playing. She playing herself.
But I think her
Like,
serious acting career is
Yeah,
that's
like, but I want to see Kenya get her just due. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I always say this. Look at Vanessa Williams. Look at Halle Berry.
oh
Look
my God,
at
are you putting Kenya in that category?
well, they all won Miss USA.
But those are really talented women.
But you can't listen. I guarantee this is what I'm saying.
Wait,
Listen,
what?
if you go and watch any black sitcom right now, and I can name about 10, Kenya Moore has been on at least 6. Kenya Moore has been on a plethora of movies, and she's always been a feature. So it's not like she cannot get herself back out there. Kenya Moore attitude is nasty, especially what she did to Kim Fields.
But there's
And-
there's a role to be number 2.
What you say?
There's a career for being number 2 and number 3 on the call sheet. That she's not a number 1 girl.
But I still want to see her do that. I want to see her in a.
Why you want to see her fail?
I don't think she'll fail though, because
she's not a number 1. You got to be a number 1,
right? Because you saw her trying to be number 1 this season, and it's
she's
horrible.
not a number 1. That's what I be telling Leo all the time. You have to have realistic expectations for these hoes. She's not a number 1.
Except for these hoes.
They all hoes.
But did you watch her pilot?
What pilot?
For that show she's supposed to do, I guess Life Twirls On.
Life can twirl the fuck out that door and don't
Is it a
come back.
reality show?
No, it was supposed to be an actual show about her life.
Okay.
And it didn't get picked up. Like,
yeah, dark skin and Viv was supposed to be in it.
did it get picked up?
They got the read.
Because we know where Aunt Viv is. Aunt Viv was on Pose the other night with some legends.
Yeah, they had
Yes. They had Jackie.
yes.
They had Thelma from Amen. They had and Black the original Vivian. And now seeing all them 3 together, that's what I like to see. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I like that they had it to where they was talking about that time in Black history. Those 3 women were 3 stars that we remember from that era. That time in passing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was very thoughtful.
Because I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, to go back to Kenya, like, I just really want her to do something instead of being like, I don't think you should have to buy into this. Oh, I'm the villain of the show. Like, you see where it's gotten her nowhere.
And that takes you back to where Nene said Kenya is good for the show, but she will also be the demise of the show.
And baby, guess what?
And she's good. Like, she's good for the show as far as she's entertaining. She's funny. She has the package of a housewife. However, she's going to ruin the show with her by doing too much.
I think that I don't really agree, but I do think Bravo has to rein in on things that they're not particularly experts in, like socialism, political correctness. They need to hire like a diversity and political type of people to go through these shows and be like, ooh, John B just got dragged by the police last week. We can't show this in 2 weeks because that's going, they need people like that. Because the true entertainment or whoever they go to, they like, ooh, this is good. Let's put this in there.
That company sucks.
They need to be reined in.
You can tell.
But I also think like the show is, for me, I have low expectations of the show. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? I don't really expect to see great political awareness or social achievements coming through my screen on Sunday nights.
Like, to be honest, there should not have only been 5 housewives in Atlanta.
This season?
This season. No.
Well, again, Nene threw a big wrench in their plans. They did. They went scrambling.
That, like, I don't care if LaToya couldn't show her family. Kenya Moore, we sat there and watched a whole blur of Brooklyn. We sit there and
limited
our
resources,
show.
limited options.
So I don't care if Latoya can't show her family. Latoya was, I mean, people don't like her or love her. Latoya was pretty much bringing heat this season. Latoya should have had a peach.
This season?
I don't think she should have got a peach.
I'm saying they were doing too much focus. There were like too much focus on Latoya. There was too much focus on Latoya just for
To
her
not
to
have
be.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I agree with that comment. But I also think they was filling in holes. Like if you look at the episode, they were filling the time slot a lot to make it to 9 p.m. or to whatever time it come on different.
Like with and with Kenya, excuse me, with Kenya, like she knows she can't talk. She knows she probably couldn't talk too much about her life. So
she had to dive into other things.
I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. Let's see what's going on with Portia's vagina. Like really.
But I think we have to be honest to understand that you need girls like Kenya to make girls like Portia stars. Like you have to have those type of people that bring that bitch out you. Like that bring that you're not gonna fuck with me out of you. Like Portia's not that girl by herself. You get a girl like Kenya to push Portia to the top. Like those two things don't have to have each other.
Activated though.
You said what?
That's debatable.
I don't think Portia needs to be activated all the time. Now, Candy, she needs to be activated all the time.
Candy boring.
Cynthia,
I don't think you can get her active. It's too much of a time share to get Candy activated. You need the whole episode in the last 5 minutes to go up. Like,
yeah, Candy.
But did y'all notice something though? Did y'all notice whenever they said Portia was getting her spinoff? Did y'all notice right after that, Candy made sure to drop that her spinoff was coming too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it would not make sense not to from a business perspective.
Candy don't like this. She don't like she want that spotlight. Candy will always be second. I'm sorry.
On this show?
On this show, in Escape, she's last when it comes to vocals.
She's not last as the group member, though.
She's last when it comes to.
She's the most successful of the group.
She's the most who?
She's the most successful of the group. And she's an anchor of the group. Why you say that? That's not nice.
Because I did. Because Candy is mean to Candy is mean to those girls. She is.
No, they
She's
was mean
to those women. No, she was mean to them. I'm not gonna slut shame Candy. I'm not gonna do that.
You shouldn't. What you mean you're not going to? You shouldn't slut shame nobody.
Because from what I was told, she fought Tiny. Tiny beat her up though.
Oh.
Tiny fought her when they fought when Tiny was pregnant.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they did.
She said Candy was doing something. Candy started crying, and her and Candy got into it, and then now the fight, the one that we all knew happened was her and Tasha. Now she whooped Tasha.
You can just tell they never.
Yeah, because on that verses, Tasha won for me. She sung one song, and it was out. She said, "Look, I am the voice of this group." So
if you're talking about vocalist, there was no question who was the vocalist.
Right, and I wanted her to
shine. But
I will say Candy
and vocalist today.
Candy what?
I said Candy can write some songs.
But even yeah, she can write songs. Even on their biggest
songs. I don't think the song she writes for herself or Fly Above was good, but
you used to love me, sweet daddy.
But if you listen
to that song, I was listening at that video I danced to last year. She actually commented on my thing when I
Don't Think I'm Not was about.
When you're out in the love, don't think.
It was a successful song.
Yeah, because I was in high school.
I thought the song was weak. I thought it was weak. I remember when it came out, I thought it was terrible. But
no, the one song that I thought that I don't like, you and that fun, gonna get to you.
Oh, her
E40. Girl, go and drop.
No, that's E40.
E40, yeah.
The hood loved that song though. You know why?
Well, I mean, I didn't like it.
But when you think about Candy's songwriting, like when you hear Bills, Bills, Bills or No Scrubs or So Good, you can hear Candy like that. You can hear Candy all up and through them songs. Like, oh, you wrote this for yourself, but just sold it. Like
Because if you would have came out with it,
it would have never. It would have never.
What Wanye say about her? What's our Capricorn?
What y'all think? What y'all think of that whole?
With Wanye, he ate her. He drank her. He needed to.
But did you watch her?
No, I don't care what she said.
I think that I think they both told the truth as far as what they felt happened. And I think there's always my experience is my experience. You can't tell me what you made me think. You can't tell me what you made me feel. But there is a difference between what actually happened. So based upon what he was basically saying and what she was saying, both stories sound believable to me. But at the end of the day, I can definitely, even just like the producers that all work with them during that time, say after their first album, they became different people. So she worked with them towards the end of their massive success. So at that time, they probably felt like, bitch, who was you to ask me about
some money,
a split? But at the same time,
if I'm in here writing,
you booked a session with me. You booked me as a writer. You booked me as a co-producer. Why would I not ask you if you handle your own business? If you have management here, then I'll discuss it with management. But right now,
it's just because you're writing and producing a song, they're banking on that song to become a hit, and not all Candy's songs that she's written have been hits.
Well, really, they're banking on it becoming an album,
my song,
not a single.
Yeah, if you're using you know, I still need to be. I need to be compensated for the song that you're using.
Even if it never sees the light of a radio, I need to have that split set because in order to get it on
fee, isn't there a fee that they get paid?
What you mean?
Like, in order for, say, DJ Khaled to produce a song, it cost back then. I don't know how much he charges now. But he used to charge $100,000 just to produce a song. You see what I'm saying?
Like they be over here, and they get writers and the artists split 50%. So like what they did was what they told her was like we split 50%. So what we'll do is like we'll give you you'll get 25, and then we'll split 25 amongst each other.
And that makes sense. That's perfect sense. But
that's not what they said to her. They said that they wanted it all to be 10%.
I mean, I would have been okay with that too.
But so there's most of that is true. So when you do a record and you are the producer, you sell a beat. I will charge you a 50,000 for the beat. If you want me to produce the actual record, I might charge you 100 to 150,000 for me to actually use my production skills in the studio with you.
Yeah.
When if you're a group like Escape or whoever, and you're not songwriters, it used to be back in the day or years ago when you came to the studio, give me 25,000 for the session up front, and then we'll do the split sheets when it's actually time to master your album and put all the songs together. What Candy then was doing was saying, I book studio time. You come to my session. You have an hour or 2 hours. Let's write this song. At the end of it, let's do the split sheet. We'll submit it to the label, and then I'll get paid from the residuals from that. There's no money up front. So there would be no sense for her to let them leave the studio and not do the split sheets because there's no guarantee that this song is even going to make that album, and you're not paying me for this 2 hours already.
Right.
So the business is handled a little bit different depending on who you work with.
I still think she should have kept her mouth shut because that's Boyz II Men.
Why?
I mean, Eddie asked her, so she responded.
Well, I mean, again, Candy can't hold a solo record by herself, so.
But would you take 10% on a song that you wrote?
If I don't know where she's at or whatever like that, but just because I might have like mega hits over here and I'm getting the opportunity to work with Boys to Men, 10% or whatever that song might be, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna bite on that because that's how they do business. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand what you're saying and how it was working, but like the way that they explained it, it gave Mama Joyce to me. Money hungry. You understand what I'm saying? And Candy has that
Yeah.
tendency to do that. Like, if you think about it, the stories like with the Kim Zolciak, that it was a bad money deal, which I agree with Candy on that. But Candy's had issues when it comes to money stuff with people. She just don't talk about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like Candy don't like Candy feel like she Una and she.
I don't have a problem with her saying, you know, I deserve 25% of the record. I think the issue would be, why are they even going to her for a record when they're Boys to Men? So for me,
what album was it on?
It's on the last album on RCA or Jive, whatever that last like what was it called? For a season or whatever that
Four
one.
Seasons of Loneliness that had that song
Yeah,
there?
it's 2 songs, but I
So
just
back
didn't
then, so that was around like 4 Seasons. That was like 2000s in the
like
2000s.
2003, 4.
Okay, so Candy wasn't her. It wasn't hot. It wasn't hot.
No, she had already did no script. All that was 2,
Yeah,
3
like
years
it
prior.
wasn't hot. So like, I would go to Candy because Candy probably cheaper than what they're. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
excuse
that's
me, she
probably what
worked
they
with
did
Whitney
for her.
Houston, and the song she made with Whitney Houston, it was just the album cut. It
I
wasn't a
love
good
that
song.
song, by the way. Tell me
I
now.
like it too, but it ain't one of the ones that.
But you just got to remember that artists, like when you have a fee, like your fee stays the same, like throughout your fee stays the same. That's the issue, is that like you're asking me to do less. It's just like if I work at Bank of America, and for the first 5 years I'm making $25, and the next year they be like, oh, we need you to go to 16. You know, we just got new people coming in. We just need to work it out with us for a while. You'd be like, no, my minimum is set. You can fire me, that's cool, but
Right.
I don't work for 16. Like that's the difference. But I get what you're saying about coming off as money hungry, because the business is money hungry. Like it is all money hungry. And especially as a female, like I know, you know, other female artists who've, you know, have had that issue where they've, you know, but no longer able to work with certain producers because they got yamped on the back end by saying, oh, we cool, yeah, we gonna, about when the out we'll get it together, you know what I mean? It's cool. And then
That with I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but just before what you said with like Candy and Kim situation, though. But I think what should have been done with that situation is the same thing that she did with them, is that she should discuss like, hey, so look, I am going to write the song for you. I know we are friends, but this is what this is how we're gonna do with the money. I think what happened was that I think they didn't expect the song to be as hot as it was going, as it ended up being. And then once they realized that, damn, like she's really selling this track.
Yeah, I guess that's a weird way to look at it, because even if the song never makes an album, never makes a cassette tape, you still handle the business at the end of the session. So I guess I can see where you're trying to say, but like that's just not how the business works. Like when you set up the session, there is no money there unless you paid me to be in the studio for the session. Like there's
I don't
no
think Kim paid Candy at all.
There's
no
there.
I think they had a friendship deal, and I don't think
the issue with Kim is Kim was a non-signed, regular singer, not an artist, not a management deal, not a production deal. She was just somebody who you put in the studio. You gave her the master and allowed her to put it on the streaming services. and you allow her to do this and do that without.
And it wasn't the theme song for that little stupid show
Is
she
it
had.
song for a show?
Right. So Candy had to go and get her money because Candy's vocals is actually the one that's carrying that song. Let's be honest.
And she didn't list her as a, like, when you upload the record, you have to put everybody's percentage and stuff there. And if you don't do that, you will get 100% of the profit. And you cannot go back and change it unless you take the song off platforms and then reproduce it. But that's Candy's fault because you messed up your business. You should have never left the studio with that girl having that track and you not doing your business.
And that's the thing. You know, Candy is a Taurus like me. And
also, it's what Leo said.
She let people take our kindness for weakness. What'd you say? And
she didn't think that song was going to produce that type of funding.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I can say, if you make 5,000, that's cool. You know, it's whatever. You make 150,000. I'm like, oh shit. Hold on. Let's go back to the drawing board. I need you to sign this real quick. No, you can't do that, baby.
And you know, they even talked about it, you know, like Kim and Kim even talked about it, how like, because I guess Candy was on the phone or whatever with Kim and her lawyers, and the lawyers had told Kim one thing, like, yeah, like, you don't have to pay her, like, she's supposed to get paid from this, but she did get her money from the one place, and so Kim thought, so what the lawyers told her was that she keeps all the funding from here. She only gets paid this fee that she got paid. She doesn't get the residuals from the song. But apparently Candy told her on the back end, like, no, you're supposed to pay me residuals from whatever the song makes.
Right, because you got to understand that Candy is the producer and the writer of the song. So that means you need my permission to perform the song, you need my permission to play the song, and you need my permission to do any type of thing that would be seen outside of the studio. You need my permission for it.
But whatever happened, she lost.
TLC and other people can't have their songs American Idols, and people can't perform it because the songwriters will tell them no. Because
don't they have to get like permission and all that type of stuff to
every single time you perform your own songs, you need whoever, because they own the song. They don't own your voice, but they own the song.
Because I was listening to I watched an interview with T-Boz and she talked about it because they weren't able to perform some of their songs, like, because LaFace wouldn't let them perform it. So what she did was she went back and re-recorded all those songs on her own so they would be able to perform it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Taylor Swift had to do that. They go back and re-record it. And so I just think that you just got to be more careful because this music industry is dangerous. And Candy is part of the danger. No shade.
Yeah. And also it's not just about knowing your business, being involved with people who know business.
Yeah.
Because your lawyers need to know business, the managers need to know the business. Everybody can't just be you because you can't do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Candy is famous for hiring cheap people.
I think she knew.
We haven't had that discussion.
Right. She knew Kim didn't know the music business that well. So like it was like that's something that you should have explained to your new friend. Like, hey, like this is how the business works.
And also, it's up to Kim to understand that she doesn't know the business. So when somebody's telling you something, you should be listening, not to argue, but listening to act. Oh, okay, I didn't know that you get 10% here, you get 15 over here. If I play it on TV, you get the back end of that. Oh, okay.
Because then you have to sue Bravo too.
And but understanding too, like it was what Candy was saying over here, but her lawyers were also saying in the middle. So it's like I got two people, media. I got media lawyers over here telling me one thing, and I got, the producer over here telling me another. I don't know who I'm supposed to be listening to. I get Candy's my friend, but at the same time, these people are illegal. This is what they get paid to do.
Yeah. Because they both.
So I'm not gonna give Kim a pass.
I'm not giving her a pass
because Kim is a snake anyway. So I think she took advantage of Candy, and then Candy.
But
Have
I
this
think
market.
another issue is that they both have
Phaedra
valid points. The lawyers are right that based upon you having no deal and you having this and that, you do have an angle to win litigation. The issue is that they're not telling her the full story.
Right.
So they up front, they are telling her the truth. But on the back end, when we go actually into litigation and she shows the day we recorded, I wrote it, I'm on the hook, that's my voice underneath, that's where she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And
But-
that's hard when you have two people that are telling you something and you be like, well,
But
damn.
Candy lost both cases.
What?
Candy lost both cases, and that's why Don't Be Tardy is still being streamed.
Oh no, Candy gets a percentage of that.
I mean, she can get
But she
paid.
didn't lose, but she getting paid.
Well, the case,
Excuse
what
me.
the case was about was to pull the song off of all so she couldn't play the song at all. But
Right.
she lost the case, and so the song got to get put back up. But
Which she didn't need to pursue that litigation. The litigation should be to add my name as
And give me what
a
I'm pay me a
co-author.
percentage. Give me the residuals from the song getting played. And
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. I think that's where Bravo got involved to make sure that
I
Candy
think
got her
I
money.
think Kim ended up doing it with Bravo or whatever. They ended up working it out
Mm-hmm.
and getting that up. I think that's why they were able to make up a little.
Did they make up though?
The business was ultimately handled.
Yeah.
I think that's why they were able to make up on
It
camera.
was foolish for her to pursue that lawsuit because that's not what you're arguing. You're not arguing to take it down because the judge is going to say it's producing income.
But you know why she did that lawsuit?
And your real lawsuit is that you want money. You don't really want me to take it down. You just want me to help you renegotiate the contract.
But
Right.
you know why she did that lawsuit?
Yeah, just a type of Phaedra lawyer that would do something like that.
That's who her lawyer was.
It was Phaedra. Phaedra helped her.
She hired Phaedra for the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I think, to be 1,000% honest, I think it was supposed to be going. It was going to be recorded for season 6, but Kim had already walked off the season and said, "Fuck y'all, I'm not back for next season either. I'm going to my own show."
So do we?
But it was they found Kim. They because they found out the reunion just before the season 5 reunion. Candy had Kim served with the papers from Phaedra's office.
And that's why I love me some shady fake.
I think they were gonna film that for season 6, but Kim said, I ain't coming back next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. And that's the thing about doing business with friends and just letting shit go. Like,
But like she lost both of those. But I'm saying Candy lost both of those cases.
she deserved to lose both of those cases.
Sheree lost that case, and they both used Phaedra. But not saying that Phaedra's a bad lawyer because I love Phaedra.
Because she hired a fool.
I think they
Nothing about no entertainment law.
I think they hired them on these. I think they hired Phaedra just for the show.
I think so too. We wrapping it up, friend.
Oh shoot! I didn't even pay attention to time. We got some crap to talk about.
Only reason, I always gotta, remind you because I gotta go be over there and I gotta be up late.
Oh yeah.
I'm on late shift.
Oh yeah.
Oof, child, I'm in the streets.
Thoughts?
You better be working.
Are you even over there, Meech?
Huh?
Are you over there?
I've been
Where?
trying to get him.
You not on Bigo?
No.
I keep trying to get him over there.
Look, that's probably best for you.
I barely can do this. Like, I can't talk about these hoes that much. I just try to give him like once a month.
Look, because I be telling, look, I be like, because this week I was like, yeah, let's push it back because of work. And I think we should do it on Sundays.
Listen, Leo was a little frustrated the other day. He made a little subliminal status about me not showing up on his show last week.
What?
And that's because I saw it. And that's because I had already talked about that whole portal for on Wednesday. He had me on here for 2.5 hours talking about that hoe. And then he wanted me to film on Friday with y'all about the same hoe. I already
No,
I already said everything I got to say about the bitch. What else can I say?
hold on.
Here, let me move out the way so y'all can talk.
To do with you. That was not about you at all.
It was a.
Was it about me?
No,
Listen,
it was about you guys at all. So
listen, Leo, don't do it. Listen, this is that white side. Be black, Leo.
I got
Listen, Leo. It was less.
No.
Leo. It was less than 10 minutes after we had all decided that show was not gonna happen that day. I seen it. Don't lie. Just stand on it. Just stand 10 toes down. It's okay. It's no love lost.
No, that I'm being honest. Like that was not. It had nothing to do with because I was about to do the live by myself.
Cancel.
I was about to do it by myself.
Cancel.
But somebody had texted me something. I deleted the text because it really hurt my feelings.
Oh,
Who was it?
don't talk about it.
It was. I gotta get on these Atlanta streets.
It was a relative. So relative texted me something and said, just saying some shit. And so that's it. Just put me in the headspace of like, you know what? Maybe I should just quit this whole thing. Like, quit.
You said quit?
Yeah, I was about to quit.
Well, what? I enjoy doing this with you.
I'll just block them and keep it moving.
Yeah,
They talking about no shit.
Block family too. Block family too.
Yeah, you gotta. They're not part of your purpose, bro. You can't let that affect you. What you got going on here? Like, you never know who's gonna watch you. You never know. The more consistent you are, that's what it is. Consistency is gonna take you off. So, like, don't stop. Excuse me, doing it just because. Come over to my panel tonight. So I can read you real quick.
And then somebody else come in on the status and was like, "Yeah, you might as well."
Okay.
And that's why the.
Okay. Well, we gonna come when I go live. Come over there and I'm gonna tell you what I really feel.
Bye, y'all.
What?
Bye, Meech.
Let's do this again around Christmas.
Meech, tell them where they can follow you at.
We already follow each other.
The people.
I think I'm gonna watch it. I don't know my social media stuff.
Well, all mine is the same. It's Mr. Official. Right?
I know one thing.
Leo Niklaus Franklin on Facebook.
You just gonna have to find me on Facebook.
All right, but I want to thank you, brothers. I appreciate y'all so much.
Thanks for having me.
We out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a good night.
You going live?
Capricorn? Huh?
You going live now?
I gotta do some stuff and then I'll be over there.
All right, just share it with me. I'll be there.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Don't be shaking your head. Bye.
Bye.